Well, as we speak right about now, the battle on who will have Kylian Mbappe next season has heated up. There have been exchanges of words from the manager of Real Madrid to the manager of PSG in there for you. Then we are also talking about Tchouameni in there for you, that young lad midfielder playing in for side which goes by the names of, is it Lyon or Marseille? One of those two teams in there. That's where Tchouameni plays in there for you. Welcome to Rokani Media. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Please endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After that, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now today, we are starting off this live video with a story of Tchouameni, who is a French professional footballer who plays as a midfielder for Ligue 1 club Monaco and the French national team. He's 22 years of age, 1.87 meters. Then he puts on shirt number 8 at Monaco. He's a central defensive midfielder, or a holding midfielder, the side which goes by names of Monaco. And this season, he has played 32 games in the League 1, scored 1 goal. UEFA Europa League has played 7 in there for you, and in the French Cup has played 4 and scored 1 goal. So that means this season Tchouameni has played a total of 43 games. No, there are 47 games. 47 games in there for you, and in those 47 games he has scored 3 goals in there for you. So if at all a central defensive midfielder has really come on and really scored 3 goals in a season, oh my god, that's a very good output, because we rarely see people coming out and really see players like central defensive midfielders really come out and really score these goals. Let me sample you some defensive midfielders. When you look at Fabinho, he rarely puts that ball at the back of the net, you know that very well. Jorginho, he has lots of numbers on his name, but most of those goals come due to the fact that he's the best penalty taker at Chelsea. Then at Manchester United, Scott McTominay, all right, he can bring in 3 or 5 goals a season, but he's not a CDM. He's just put into that position, but that's not the position where Scott McTominay plays better in there for all of us who know better about him. He's a box-to-box midfielder. That is Scott McTominay. When you look at Man City, Rodri recently scored 1 against Arsenal, and he recently scored a very good thriller against a side which goes by names of, is it Watford? Yeah, he scored that hard shot that he really took over all outside the 18 yards box area of a side which goes by names of, is it Watford? Because they beat a certain team by 5 goals to 1 over the weekend in there for you. Which other CDM that we know? When you look at Casemiro, he can come in with 3 in there, but it shows you that Tchouameni, at the age of 22, he can come out and give you 3 goals. And most especially when you see these CDMs, each and every time they score, they really score in crucial goals. And Tchouameni has a very good start in there. When you look at his physicality, is way up, being questioned. Ball control and technique, he's really brilliant. That's why you see to it that the likes of Rabiot are no longer starting into the midfield of a side which goes by the names of France. You get the likes of N'Golo Kante. Tchouameni plays that position with Paul Pogba in there. It shows you that he has taken over that position. At the age of 22, he has really displaced people like Rabiot. He has displaced people like N'Golo Kante. He has displaced very many people who have been playing into that central defensive midfield in there for you. The only competitor that is having is Abubakar Kamara, who plays for Marseille. In there, if at all he crosses to come into the Premier League, all German Bundesliga, all Serie A, all La Liga, I really believe that he would have really made a very good choice, and you know, he will give him a run for that position in there, especially for the World Cup, because these two are really playing very well, and we are waiting to see what Deschamps is really going to do. But news has come out that Liverpool is willing to break the bank to go in and bring in a man who goes by the name of Tchouameni. Tchouameni came into all the transfer news last summer, especially around May, that United and Chelsea were so much eyeing him, but they failed to go in for him. Yet United were so much lacking in a central defensive midfielder. The same applies to Chelsea. Chelsea are really lacking a central defensive midfielder, though they are not here to come out and really tell you the truth. But Chelsea, when you look at their central midfield, to me, I really believe that there are gaps in there. There was no physicality. When you look at Jorginho, he's this simple man. You pass the ball to him. He's intelligent in there. But when it comes to the physicality game, I really believe that they can beat him out suddenly. That's why you see in games concerning teams like Liverpool, Man City, you see likes of Kovacic, and N'Golo Kante taking over the midfield because of their physical presence in there. So I will believe that he lacks energy in this. This is a man who goes by the names of Jorginho, and I really believe that Tchouameni would have been a very good signing in there for you. But ever since then, lots of news came out and really surfaced about Tchouameni, even in the summer, this summer, even in the January winter transfer window. Lots of teams were linked Tchouameni in there for you, but none of the team made a move. Now it looks like Liverpool feels like the replacement of Jorginho Wijnaldum has not yet been gotten at the side which goes by names of Liverpool in there for you, and this team feels like we should get in another player, having brought in Luis Diaz from ZFC Porto in there to a side which goes by the names of Liverpool and is playing very well. They will feel like they should get in another signing. And when you look at Jurgen Klopp, by the time he came in at Liverpool, he never made these expensive signings. He went in for players of 20 million, 30 million, but who have the potential of reaching or making it to the world class in there for you. Now this time round, after gathering momentum and winning trophies and really gaining trust from the board of Liverpool, he has really decided to make up decisions to bring in players that are really going to make a very big change for a side which goes by the names of Liverpool. These are kind of players that Jurgen Klopp never signed. He never signed such players. He never signed a player more than 40 million pounds. But this time around, he went in for, was it 55 million pounds for a man who goes by the names of Luis Diaz. Imagine in the January transfer window, the main reason as to why he went in for him was that he knew that there's going to be a very big race and very many big games that needed another player in there to come out and make decisions, because he worries for Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane, because they've played so much football this season that he feels like they can really get injured. And the moment they got injured without Diaz, Liverpool would have been a different shape of game altogether. You get, so he said, I have to bring in Luis Diaz in there for you. Now they want to go in for Tchouameni, and they feel like Fabinho alone is not enough in there for you. And this is what good teams go for. You get, good teams go for good players in there for you, and they're now going for Tchouameni. Tchouameni is really talented, and he can play in that midfield with Naby Keita, Fabinho, and maybe Dean Henderson, or a player who goes by the names of Thiago Alcantara. And the reason as to why Liverpool is so much into this has just come into my thought, that next season Premier League is going to allow 5 substitutions in there for you. Now it's going to require you to be having a very big squad, because if at all you're facing a side like Man City that has almost a bench that can come up and start as the first 11, and they can come and perform as the first 11 that has been on the pitch, you need to look through yourself and know, oh, this is not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to go in and bring in a player like Tchouameni in there for you. That is what I'm really talking about in there for you. So Tchouameni to a side which goes by the names of Liverpool is needed, and I really believe that what has fired up this transfer is simple. The manager who goes by the names of Jurgen Klopp knows that next season it's really going to be dependent on your bench. Your bench is really going to be very crucial in there. And Tchouameni being one of those young lads in there for you, because he's 22. When you look at Fabinho of Liverpool, he is 28 years of age. That means the more you age in the Premier League, the less minutes you can come up and play. Look at a player like Nemanja Matic. He's one of the best central midfielders or defensive midfielders we've had in the world, but he has been affected by his age. 33 years of age, he cannot even now play the entire 90 minutes on the pitch. So that's why he said he's going to even to leave. So in next season, how good your bench is going to be is what is going to determine your position and either your chances to win the trophy in there for you. When you look at the likes of Man City, they've already signed Alvarez, they are going to sign Erling Haaland, and they will soon bring in another CDM in there. It shows you that Pep Guardiola is ready to strengthen his team again. That means Jurgen Klopp, because these two teams are really, really the best teams in the world, and they are competing at a level that no other team can come in and compete on. You know that very well. So Jurgen Klopp bringing in Tchouameni knows that next season is really going to be very tricky. Lots of games are really going to be played. It's really going to be a very busy season. Remember, they will play August, September and October, then I think up to mid-October, then they'll give them like 2 weeks to go to their national teams to play the World Cup from 18th November to 18th December. And when you look at Liverpool, most of its players like Fabinho is at the Brazilian national team. He plays in the CDM role. He has all what it takes to reach the finale in there for you. When you look at Thiago Alcantara, he plays for Spain, and Spain is one of the teams that we expect to thrive in the World Cup. When you look at Fabinho, sorry, when you look at Firmino in there, also good. When you look at Jordan Henderson, he also plays in the midfield, and playing in the midfield, that means that he's playing for England. England in the World Cup of 2018, England ended at the semi-finals in there for you. So that means this player can go in and play a lot of games in there for you. And if at all you've had one of your players play lots of games in there, there is no way you bring him back, because the season will kick off no sooner the World Cup comes to an end on the 18th of December. That means you have to be having a variety. And what does a variety mean? That means one of these teams, France, where Tchouameni plays, Brazil, and Spain, I will believe that he is making a calculation that one of these teams will really be out, such that one of these players comes back and gets some race to prepare for the season of the Premier League in there for you. So to me, I will believe that Jurgen Klopp is a genius at this. He has really made his calculation. It's on point, and I really believe that it's really going to yield results for the side which goes in Liverpool. But I'm worried because every season Tchouameni's price keeps fluctuating. It keeps fluctuating. That's what I'm worried about Tchouameni in there, because when you look at last season, Tchouameni was valued at 35, but the moment he has really come on here to come in and play for a side which goes by the names of France, he has really accumulated. His price has really accumulated. I don't know why. Is it because the likes of Real Madrid, Chelsea, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, PSG, all those teams are really in for him in there for you? And then look at his contract, it's expiring in June 2024. That means he's left with 2 years on his contract. That means they can get some good amount of money out of him. You get? Yeah, but I don't think that he's at 83 million pounds. Others are saying 40 million euros, but I really believe that his current value is at 50 million pounds. And I really believe that if at all any team raises 50 million pounds and gives it to Monaco, I really believe that they're really going to get him at Manchester United. And, sorry, at a team which goes by the name of Liverpool. Therefore, but Liverpool faces stiff competition from Chelsea, Manchester United, and the side which goes by the Real Madrid. These are the teams we've seen that have really shown big interest in Tchouameni, that lad who plays for the French national team and plays for Monaco in League One. So your reactions on Tchouameni being scouted by Liverpool and they want him at their club is welcome into the comment section below in there. That's what's about Tchouameni. Now we are jetting to the big story of the day, that is Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe, you know him, he is really a great player. His contract is elapsing in the summer of this year, and that is 2022. And now today, who was the first to throw their stone to the glasses or the window glasses of the house of PSG? It was Carlo Ancelotti on Kylian Mbappe, and this was brought to you by Fabrizio Romano. He came out and said, Pochettino said Mbappe will 100% stay. Pochettino said he will 100%. It was like a question. He said, Pochettino said Mbappe will 100% stay. Well, sometimes coaches don't tell the truth. Real Madrid manager said. So that means this statement made by Ancelotti just indicates to you that there is an agreement that has not yet been laid out by Real Madrid between Mbappe's agent and Real Madrid. And when you look at Kylian Mbappe, he obviously wants to go to Real Madrid. Last summer transfer window, a sum of 168 million pounds was bidded by Real Madrid to PSG, and they wanted Kylian Mbappe, and PSG said, no way, we are giving you this player there for you. I think they really believed that they were really going to go in and win the Champions League. And they said, if at all Mbappe stays and he goes out on a free and he wins the Champions League for us, it will be quite a very good exit in there. But it turned around that they are knocked out by Real Madrid there in a very bad and annoying way. And I really believe that this is one of the catalysts that really led to Mbappe to go ahead and really think that this is not the team I'm supposed to be playing in. I'm supposed to be playing at Real Madrid. And then after, the manager of a side which goes by the names of PSG came out and said the following, that Paris Saint-Germain's coach Mauricio Pochettino clarifies his words on Kylian Mbappe 100% staying at the club together with him. This is what he said at first. Then secondly, he went ahead and said, I said me and Mbappe will 100% stay at PSG next season. That was a question. No, I was talking about the present, Pochettino told Prime. Pochettino coming out and saying like that shows you that he's unsure of his future, because it looks like PSG are eyeing for and the next manager. People talk about Zinedine Zidane. Others are talking about a manager who goes by the names of Antonio Conte, that in his contract at Spurs, he really put out a release clause that if at all any team comes in when I want to go, you guys will let me go on a limited or a low compensation in there for you. But Kylian Mbappe has all what it takes to make it to the level of world class. Obviously, he's already, I think he's top class right now. He's top class. But being world class means that what you do at the national team, you have to come and do it consistently at the club level, because national team football is just regular. So it's not regular, it's irregular. You don't play on a daily, week in, week out. But at the club level, you play game in, game out. And Mbappe has done it all in the La Liga. He has done it all, and he has given himself a benefit of doubt at the side which goes by the names of PSG. And he has done it, scored all those goals, but the team has always let him down. 23 years of age, he was born on 20th December 1998. That is Kylian Mbappe. When you look at his season, this season he has 24 goals in 32 League One games. He has scored 6 goals in 8 Champions League games. In the French Cup, he scored 5 goals in 3 games. That means in 41 games, Kylian Mbappe has scored 35 goals in there for you. That means he has done it all. He has scored all the goals, but these goals have not made returns of trophies that he wants, because he wants a Champions League. I repeat it. Kylian Mbappe wants a Champions League. He wants nothing else other than a Champions League. That is Kylian Mbappe in there for you here onto the Rokani Media Football in there for you. So Kylian Mbappe wants to go to Real Madrid, and one of the factors that really wants him to go to Real Madrid is that he dons on shirt number 7. He likes it very much, and he really feels that when he goes at Real Madrid, he's going to be given shirt number 7. Reason being, his role model, or mentor, or the person he looks at is Cristiano Ronaldo. And Cristiano Ronaldo, most of the Ballon d'Ors he won in the world, I think 5 Ballon d'Ors, he won them at a side which goes by the names of Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. And Kylian Mbappe feels like, I've not won a Ballon d'Or at PSG. The only way I should win a Ballon d'Or is to go in and play for a side which goes by the names of Real Madrid. And this is going to happen because Ronaldo, by the time he left Manchester United, he was a Ballon d'Or holder. He had just won 1 Ballon d'Or in the season of 2007-2008. That means he was the best footballer of the year in the world in 2008, because he won a Champions League for United, he won a Premier League for United, he scored very many goals in the Champions League, and he scored that goal that really gave United a lead, and later Chelsea equalized. You know that very well. So he did it all, and he led United to the finale, though his penalty was really saved by Peter Cech. But John Terry got United back into the game when he really took over the spot of Didier Drogba to take that penalty and say, no, I'm the captain, I should go and really take on the winner. He slid as he really took that penalty, and the penalty went outside. Then United got back, and Edwin van der Sar captured the penalty of Nikola Anelka, and Manchester United, was it Ryan Giggs? He came in and banged it in, and it was all over for Chelsea, and United won it. So Mbappe feels like, if I'm to win the Champions League, I'm supposed to go at Real Madrid, you get, and put on that shirt number 7, because Ronaldo left that shirt number 7, and we look, is it Eden Hazard that puts it on? He has no mantle to put on, because he has assumed that shirt at Real Madrid. He has done nothing, and that's why you've seen the likes of Arsenal coming in and telling him that, please, can you come and really resurrect your or revive your career at the Emirates, because look at Odegaard. He came in from a side which goes by Real Madrid, where you are not getting enough playing time, and he is here shining, so Arsenal is chasing over that deal. But Kylian Mbappe will be given shirt number 7, and we believe that in his contract he'll take over shirt number 7, because the other two shirt numbers that Kylian Mbappe could put on is 10. Luka Modric is still at Real Madrid, and he has done it all. He has worked all to have that shirt onto his back. And shirt number 9 is being put on by Karim Benzema, who is really having an awesome season ever since he started playing football. I really believe that this is the best season of Karim Benzema at a side which goes by names of Real Madrid. So Kylian Mbappe, I know he's going to be a Real Madrid player, and like it or not, PSG would be able to convince him to put pen to paper, because it feels like the coming in of Lionel Messi at PSG has stolen over his shine. We all know that. And he has no future at PSG. There is nothing he has not yet done. They've brought in very many players. If you cannot win a Champions League when you have Neymar, Messi, Sergio Ramos, Di Maria, Verratti, Hakimi, Nuno Mendes, and the goalkeeper who goes by names of this Italian goalkeeper in there, that really left AC Milan and went on a free. So that means you are really in for it, and those are signs that shows you that you are not going to win anything here, because the egos are big. But when you look at Real Madrid, they are really rebuilding a structure, and if at all Kylian Mbappe wants to be one of the best players to go in and compete with Erling Haaland, because Erling Haaland is going to be a Man City player, and you know what it means when you're playing for Man City. When a player like Erling Haaland comes in at Man City, they're having the best creators of the ball, and Kylian Mbappe needs a team that is going to go on and counter Man City directly in there, because Erling Haaland is going to go in there and bang in those goals. That means Kylian Mbappe is supposed to be at Real Madrid and banging those goals, and his effect is going to be felt in there. So guys, feel free to go into the comment section, tell me what you think about Kylian Mbappe transfer to Real Madrid heating up, because the two managers have come out and clashed. Ancelotti indicating that managers always don't want to talk the truth, but that meaning that Pochettino already knows that Kylian Mbappe is leaving a side which goes by names of PSG to Real Madrid. And by the way, when you know Madrid or Barcelona comes for your player, my dear, just know that that player is going to go, because they have a lot to convince. If at all they are ready to parade their former players, to contact that player and convince him to really go in and play for you. I can give you an example. Rafael Varane had accepted a deal to come and play for Manchester United in 2010. He had really accepted. Sir Alex Ferguson had really accepted, had already convinced him. He had already accepted to come in and play for Manchester United. Guess what happened? Real Madrid gate Zinedine Zidane. They tell him that that boy is a French player. He loves you. And when you talk to him and tell him that you come to Real Madrid and convince him, he will really be very much okay to come in here, because you are one of the legends, French legends and Real Madrid legends, and convince him to come in here and play that game of football. That's what Madrid did. And guess what? The deal passed through the hands of Sir Alex Ferguson, and the boy went to Real Madrid in there. So that's a tendency that they do. And I say no way Kylian Mbappe won't go to Real Madrid, because that's the light. That's the light. You get? His spot is a variable, and he knows he has all what it takes to lead the next generation of Real Madrid, because Karim Benzema is 34. You get? Vinicius Jr. is like 23. You get? When you look at the new squad, the new players they are building, the Rodrigos are really doing great, and they are in his age, and he believes that he can really lead this, and he can go in and bang in those goals in the La Liga. And I really believe that with his pace and the way he's improving day in, day out, I will believe he'll make or turn into a very good player. Then lastly, I really believe that there is no coach who can better give Mbappe what he wants other than Carlo Ancelotti. He has managed all the stars. He has managed the Kakas, the Shevchenkos, the Seedorfs, Rui Costa, Paul Maldini, Cannavaro, name it. He has managed all the stars. That is Carlo Ancelotti, and at Chelsea has managed them all. So there is no way you come here and tell me that this is not the best manager to manage Kylian Mbappe. I sign out for now. See you later. It was our late live stream here for you. Mbappe to Madrid twist. and Tchouameni to Liverpool either for you. I sign out for now. See you later, my